Ladies and gentlemen, before the cock crows 3 times in Addis Ababa, Raila will have either won or lost the bid for the African Union position. A number of people have been asking, what is in this position? Why is it so much coveted? Why is it that it has attracted a lot of attention? In fact, in the past, many people did not even know whether such a position exists. Many people heard about it when Amina Muhammad, who was there in Jubilee, lost the bid despite the lobbying by the former heads of state, led by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. He lost it to Musa Faki, who will be replaced by any of the three contenders by 2 a.m. East African time. In this video, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look at the reason why this position has become very, very attractive. We can only do this by looking at actually what is the role of the African Union chairperson, African Union Commission chairperson. Who is he and what is he expected to do? Number one, he is expected to supervise other organs of the African Union. Such organs include the Pan-African Parliament, the Human Rights Court, and there is also other organs like the Peace and Security Organ. African Union has very many organs. So if Raila wins, he's going to supervise this. Number two functions, which is very, very important, is that he's the chief executive of the African Union. You know, the chief executive of such a body is a powerful person. The chief executive is at the helm. In any company, the CEO is usually very, very powerful. In any institution, the CEO is very, very powerful and very, very important. So the position itself has a lot of powers. Number two, in my view, is that he is supposed to drive the African Union agenda. You know, African Union has an agenda. Once they come and actually have a sitting and agree on something, he is the one who is supposed to drive this agenda. Note here very carefully that whatever he does, whatever agenda that AU has, must come from the heads of state. So whatever he's doing, he do it on behalf of African heads of state. The other thing is that AU has its policies. Once again, when the African Union heads of state meet, when the heads of state meet from various countries, they come up with the policies. These policies must be implemented. And the person to implement these policies is none other than the chairman himself. These policies are derived from those meetings, and he reports in the various meetings of the heads of state. So you can see that it is very, very important. Then he also represents Africa in international forums. See, for example, the United Nations calls a meeting. The chairperson of the African Union Commission must attend. And once he attend and represent Africa. Any meeting in the world. So he rubs shoulders with who is who, heads of state and government, prime ministers, kings and queens from powerful countries. So like now, if Raila wins, he'll be rubbing shoulders with people like Donald Trump anytime he calls a meeting. He'll also be rubbing shoulders with the British Prime Minister, and so on and so forth, including Russian President Putin. So you can see the fact that you are rubbing shoulders with powerful heads of state, or the fact that all doors are open for you in any country, it means that it is something that is very, very powerful. The fact that you are the one who is representing African Union in such a forum means that it is very, very important. Again, he is supposed to provide solutions in case there is a conflict. That is conflict resolution. Come up with a mechanism to actually ensure that there is peace. For example, if like now what is happening in DRC, the African Union chairperson has a big role to play. He must come up with a way of ensuring that peace return to normal, this normalcy. He must come up with a way to ensure that the issues that are actually bringing problems are put to the table. They are discussed in a diplomatic way. Again, there is resource mobilization. This one must be very, very attractive. Resource mobilization. So he can mobilize resources from member countries. Like now, he can tell the African heads of state that this is what we need to do. These are the resources that we need. And each country is supposed to give this amount. And then he can also mobilize resources from international bodies, like the United Nations, like the World Bank, like even a powerful government. He can ask for donations. For example, say like the time of COVID, the African Union chairperson had a great role to play, seeking resources to handle the crisis that was happening. So in the process of resources mobilization, this person is going to touch a lot of resources. So a lot of resources will come through his hands. And who would not want such a position, ladies and gentlemen? Again, when you look at this position, the fact that it has so many functions, the fact that you are also mingling with so many heads of state, especially in Africa, means that you can be able to influence and benefit. I think, for example, if Raila wins, he can actually negotiate for some positions for maybe his friends, his close allies, and they can get positions, including, by the way, working in foreign missions, working in foreign countries, being actually absorbed in various organizations, like now the World Health Organization. He can lobby for doctors to be employed there. Maybe not necessarily Kenyan doctors, but African doctors. But you see, a human being is always a human being. So let us see how it is going to play out, because we are told the stakes are very, very high and lobbying is still continuing. And up to this point, nobody can tell who is going to win. So ladies and gentlemen, ours is just to wish Raila Amolo Odinga all the best. I can see that the country is very, very anxious, almost everything coming to a standstill because of this election. So it is very, very important. Have a blessed Saturday. Bye-bye.